Hello everyone. You know, I got this watch the other day. Well, it's been a week and a bit now where I dried it, or I cleaned it all out, dried it. Let's see if I could take all the batteries out and try it one more time in restarting it. It's not going to be a long video. We're just going to give it another go, because sometimes when you let the watch dry out, it does make a difference. So I'm going to crack on with this. I'm going to put it on my zoom so you can have a good look. Right, we're going to take these batteries out. We're going to use this pin and get my little swivel here of screwdrivers. Let me find the right one. Doesn't make good viewing, does it, when I'm all quiet and you can't see anything. There we are. Let's see if this will make a difference. Oh my god. Right, let's take these little pins out here. That reminds me, I've got to order some more of these batteries. Let's take these out. What I'm also going to do, I'm going to pull the back of it off and see if there's any more leakage or anything more seeped through. Oh my god, there's always one, isn't it? Do you know what you also got to do? I've got to check to make sure these batteries are still perfectly working. Because sometimes when they're in the watch, they overuse the power. Perfect. Perfect. Ooh. Okay. Perfect. Right, I'll tell you how to take this off. So what we do is, so first we've got to remove, I try and keep in this section, then you can see what I'm doing. So first we've got to remove this little plate here, and what that does, it holds down the plate for the sensor. I think it's quite a long screw, this one, so let's try and get it. Put everything there. Now this here should just lift up. Let me just zoom it in for you so you can have a little look properly. So that gets there, and now this thing inside here, if you can see that, that's on a couple of prongs. So what we've got to do is just gently lift it out like this. Be careful though not to take it out too much and damage that, because it's only tape. So it sits on two little prongs. That's it. Now that's done, let's zoom out slightly. We're going to take these 4 screws out. Always remember, when you're doing stuff like this, don't over tighten anything, because it's not necessary, and all you're going to do is damage the watch itself. So let's take one of these and put it here. So now we're going to pull this out. But before I pull this out, I'm going to pull this back just so it won't hit it. And that's it. Now if you can see here, you see that little shiny bit there? See it? That's still old battery acid. So even though I cleaned it very well, I'm just going to wipe that off a minute. Even though I cleaned it very well, if you leave it a week, you can see the difference when things do come back because it's not fully healed. Can't see anything else shining. Oh, is that a little bit there? Let me get it in the light. You see it there? Just so I can show you. You see there, me smudging it. That's more battery acid. And also, you see that a little bit more. What's all this on here? A bit more. I've just heard a little spring fall out, so I'm going to catch it before I lose it. And it's there. Try not to lose them springs. They are very, very... I'm just trying to think now where that bloody come from. I think it came from... Let's have a little zoom in a minute. So that plate touches the metal plate. So hold on. The only way to determine where that spring's come from is to take this plate off and look for a chamfer. That spring came from here. The reason I know that is because you see it's got a little, just like a whistle, or like a bee, and it's got a little chamfer on the top there. What that means is, let me show you if the spring don't bloody fly off. If you look at the spring, you see the top of it is slightly wider. That's so it can fit in this hole and don't fall out. But on my occasion, it did fall out. So I'm going to stick it in here like that, and then re-put this back on like this. I hope. Oh, it's all right. No, actually, hold on. That's wrong. That's wrong. Let's take this off again. That spring. I'm sure that spring doesn't go there. Hold on, I can't see. Let me look at it from... listen, this spring here goes there. That's the wrong position. Oh, let's push it through. Because that spring touches the plate. It doesn't take much for these springs to fly out, so you've got to be very, very careful. So I'll show you what it happens is, when you put this, I'll call it the cage, back, and you don't want to force this cage. However it sits, it should just fit in there very comfortably. Now, I've just put that spring in there. You see that black dot? If you turn it around, you see the spring there? So that spring touches that back plate and it causes like an earth, and it touches one of these here as you put it down. I'm assuming anyway. Right. So now I've taken that off. I'm going to take this off here. Let's take this side off as well. And I'm just going to make sure that there's no more acid on it. Now you see the wet bit earlier I just showed you. There was something going on, but I can't see any. Oh, there is, look. More acid has come out of this. Even though I cleaned it the other day with all sorts of alcohol and what's the name, still acid coming out from somewhere. There's another bit there, look. And I'm not an expert in all this, but you see this here, this stain. Well, that is from the acid. When I took this off earlier, all this here was just all filled with acid. Battery acid, but that's what I'm talking about when I say acid. Let's turn it round. And if you get it in the light, you will see if there's if anything shines. While we've got it in this position, I'm going to get a bit of tissue. And I'm going to just dampen it like this. Which is crazy because I absolutely cleaned it, absolutely to the brim. I even took all this out here as well, cleaned everything, dried everything down, cleaned it with alcohol, so it's all pristine. And the corrosion I cleared away, and that was, I don't know, did this stuff, I'm sure it come last week. There's a bit of wetness there. Yeah, let's have a little zoom in, see if I can see anything else. Yeah, can't see anything else. Let's have a look inside the watch here. Is this something here? Look, see, they're shining on the rubber. Don't look too bad. Let's give it a little dampen here to see if that makes any difference. Looks all right. Right, let's put it back and let's see if that's made any difference. That is, to put it back is quite straightforward. So the black bit there, that's the bit that goes for the LCD, so that's always at the back. That's a sensor, because you know the shape. Before we put it back, let's I'll zoom in for you and show you. So before we put it back, I'm gonna lift this up. And I'm gonna drop it in here. And you've got locator pins, and it will just find itself and sit down. That's it. Now that's like that. If I zoom into this part here, you've got to be very careful if you do this, that you don't damage this. So you've got two locator pins, one here, one here. Now this here just sits in them two little holes. I'm actually doing this, not even looking at the watch, I'm just looking at my screen, so it makes it really awkward. But now it's like that, it's more easier to put this back. I don't think it make a difference if I did put it back now. I think this goes, oh, so you can see what I'm doing. I think this goes this way. I don't think it makes a difference either. Maybe it does make a difference, I don't know. I'm going to put this back. Actually, I think it'd be best to put this back first and then that after, because it feels a bit spongy. Now I can't see what I'm doing because the camera's in the way, but I think these. So slide in there. Now we're going to put these pins back. I'm not getting my hopes up that this is going to fire up now, but it'd be nice if it did, wouldn't it? Don't forget, when you're doing these screws, all you want is just a weensy little nip, nothing more. Do you know, sometimes as well what does work is if you do have battery acid problems, if you clean it as best you can, well, not as best you can, if you can't clean it well, don't do it. So clean it thoroughly, and when you, let me just start it 1 second. Let me just put this back. Can't do two things at once. Actually, it goes this way, I think. Not the other way. Right. And let's put this back up as well. You could do all this work and find the watch power's on, but it doesn't work correctly. So you... Right. Let's put these batteries back. Let's hope they're not got no leak. They've got nothing on these. I'm never going to bother checking. And now the end is near. Nothing's come on, but let's do an AC reset, and you never know. Where's the AC? Here. Oh, see, we're getting something. Did you see that? Something is coming on, and it wants to come on. Oh, oh, did you see that? It actually came on. Oh. Hmm. Before I do that, I'm gonna see that. Yeah, we're getting, so, you know, it's a lot better. Something is happening. It is working. It's coming on. Let me just make sure these are not just nipped. I'll make sure these are evenly tightened. Well, we had something going on, didn't we? Such a beautiful watch. Well, that's a bummer, isn't it? So we've got the AC there. I wonder if we're supposed to touch anywhere else. So when it gets the AC reset, so it's giving you extra power, it does come on. So I reckon give it a few weeks maybe with the batteries in it. And I think it will sort itself out and come on. I'm sure of it. But listen, what else we got to lose? It's not coming on. Which is a pain. Let's try one more time. Ding. Oh, I like them. So you've definitely got power in. Something's happening. If I don't want the battery, the light is just to stay on, so I'm going to just do another AC reset. Oh, what's going on here? The light's still on? No, it's off. I'm going to do it one more time. I think, let's put this back. Let's give it, this is so heavy. And no, the end is near. Well, look, gave it the best shot. What's going on here? There's definitely much better. So it had acid in it, cleaned it all out. Let's see how it goes. I'm going to leave it on my desk there, and I'm going to keep an eye on it. I'm going to lay it flat, so any issues would hopefully will sort itself out. I'll keep you updated as well. Thanks for watching. We shall not give up.